100 players duke it out. But it's time now to run down the list from 50 all the way to our top spot. Kelly Link, let's take a look at the people who are in my lobby. This is the group 50 to 41. Apollo's team, Master Bob and crew, Emat and Weston, able to finish out their 41 to 44.
We definitely see a few of our influencers here, and although we do appreciate the interviews that we got with Nate Shot and Brooke, unfortunately they are going to be in our bottom 10. But look at Tim the Tapman and Juju, 3 points from 3 eliminations, and to me that's a win right there.
Ooh, yeah. Unfortunately for for Nate Shot and Brooke, they're on a whole different sheet right now. We'll see if we can clean that up going into the next Challenger Series. Congrats to Juju and Tim on a top 31. Here's a look, though, at 21 to 30. Some big names like Mongrel and Mitro, who played spoiler in that game 3, finished with 9 eliminations.
Of course, you also see Bucky and Creo as Crucky here in 25th place. Mongo and Mitro, though, all the way from Europe coming out in 21st place. They should definitely still be proud of themselves because 9 eliminations is an incredible feat when you're having to deal with hundreds of ping.
And then this sheet is the most painful, 11 to 20. You were so close, but finished just outside of the top 10. No prizes for you, but you did earn some pride. Shout out to Cloud and Pledge. You see Edge in here, Slick and Elite. What another great final game 3. A lot of big names all finishing there in the double digits.
It's almost more impressive that Cloud and Pledge was able to get 13 eliminations, but no placement points whatsoever. But of course, we have to look at our top 10 and look at them right on top, beating out Suscript and Dawn, who jumped into second place in our last game right there. Of course, it's Scented and Commandment with 20 eliminations and a victory with that elimination as well. 23 teams remain. Half of the players are gone from the lobby. And you know, Skittles and Tabs, they're doing a pretty decent job right now.
Yeah, they're all out of rockets, but of course, still got the shotty to play with if you're Skittles. Tabs was able to re-heal up, has the bow still available, and they're going to go for a high ground. They want to go up and over this fight. And they're trying to peek in. It's going to be Buck and Creo down below him, the BBG crew.
Bucky and Creo going against Skittles and Tabs. This is going to be an interesting engagement. Looks like Bucky actually does take a shot onto him. Tabs now waiting for the right engagement to make. Are they able to do anything with it, though?
Going for the quick edit shots. Tabs is just trying to find out, keep eyes on where the player is, distract while Skittles goes for the heal. Now that they're both at full health, we could see the push for an engagement. Meanwhile, overlooking all of the action, we got Duke at the top playing with Bank.
Yeah, they're kind of just relaxing right now. They got some zipline rotations if needed. It looks like they actually have height, but we're only in zone 4. This really doesn't mean too much, but they're just kind of playing it a little bit passively right now. Taking a quick look at what all the other teams are doing. Look at that, Commandment and Scented. They are a duo back once again. Turtle Tavern and Symmetrical, though, very close to them. These two teams could easily take each other out. And even looking on just beyond that, it's Nate Hill and Funk, Paper and Jamper as well. All 4 of these top teams are so close to each other.
And we were so worried for Commandment earlier. Looks great that he's got Scented and his teammate Scented back in action, was able to revive him, bring him back. The reboot van coming into play. Meanwhile, I'm looking across the board. Liquid, Stretch, and Edgy are making their run. They have just went around 3 other teams below them. It's Temple playing with Versace, aka Jay below.
Oof. I'm loving what we see. Stretch and Edgy's loadout. Got some utility bows going on. Believe we saw Stretch with the stink bow right there. Purple AR, some floppers as well. They are ready for the end game right now. And with that 4th zone closing in, where is that 5th zone going to go? Half in, half out. This could spell disaster for a lot of the teams that we're seeing sitting around the edge. And looking over there, Edgy and Stretch not too far away from them. They're definitely going to be seeing some enemy teams rotating onto them, but they're not in a terrible spot.
I was going to say, you are now part of the highest structure in the zone. So everyone's going to be looking at you on the rotation. And you can see on that mini map all kinds of action to the north. It's going to be Peppa and Icy Fusion taking on the challenge. It's going to be Duke and Bank, also Defiable and Slick right there in the mix.
Duke.
Peppa's in trouble here.
Yeah, they're in trouble right now, but with Icy Fusion close by and some floppers as well, hopefully Icy Fusion throws them down, and there they go, throwing down the floppers right now so that Peppa can grab those much-needed white heals. Of course, we also saw that they have shields, so they're going to be able to grab those shields too. But Icy Fusion Peppa, one of the teams winning from our qualifiers, just kind of relaxing right now. You can see over there that they have a few cuttlefish, if I'm not mistaken. They kind of have an interesting property where you're kind of able to throw them over and they attach themselves to a build and are kind of acting as a proximity mine. So I'd love to see that they have 6 of them here. This is kind of a meta that started with Season 6, that if you are able to throw these all 6 of them onto a single box, that they should be able to do enough damage to be able to eliminate the team that is in that box. Speaking of eliminations though, Jock eliminating Eclipse and Zypha right there. Bucky taking down Elige as well.
You gotta love those cuddle splatters. Here's a look at Peppa's point of view. Just constantly peeking through.
Oh, so there you
sure
see
no
it.
one is pushing in. Bucky was able to pick up the kill on Elige, though. That was a battle we were looking at a little bit earlier. So it looks like Bucky able to make the transition.
So you just saw right there, he threw 2 of the cuttlefish down onto the roof, shot them so they would explode, but it didn't look like he was able to turn it into anything too much. What we've been seeing a lot of players doing is that they're throwing like 4, 5, 6 of these onto a structure and then shooting at them. But not able to grab it too much right there. Icy Fusion, though, doing a pretty good job, just kind of holding mid-ground right now, shooting down onto the low ground, onto that team, and throwing his remaining 2 cuttlefish down, shoots them to get that top build destroyed, but the enemy team is able to rotate out of danger.
Now you saw the blobby fish, aka the stink fish, still available. I expect them to save that for absolute late game. In the meantime, it's time to tunnel, and they've got a team right in front of them, a big chunk for 70, looking for more. But they might just have to leave those bodies in transition and go back for the high ground challenge.
Exactly. You called it there, Puckett, that they did get a good shot right there, but it wasn't able to do too much. So instead, they're going to focus on their rotations right now, because look at that 7th zone. It is far out into the distance, and a lot of these teams are going to be slowly rotating over with that zone as well. Jacques holding high right now. We said at the start, Acorn and Jacques looks like it's the team to beat, but we know Commandment and Scented, I don't see them on the screen right now. There they are on the screen, doing a pretty good job, but look at that loadout. It is looking a little rough right now. I don't think gas is going to do you too much in this endgame.
Looks like they're going with the stairs tunneling to save some mats here. Late game champions are Commanded and Scented. Keep your eyes on them as this goes on. For the meantime, we got to tune in with Dubs and Mega. This was the squad battling for height. They were able to win the first fight, but now you can see Mega's gone. It's all up to Dubs, and he has shotguns in front of him, one to his right, able to drop down 2 levels and survive for now.
So many eliminations are going on in our elimination feed. Jay taking down Unsightly. It was Turtle Tavern that was able to take down Mega, and still 16 teams remain, 15 teams remain. So many teams are going down in these final moments right here, and now we are making it into the placement points. Symmetrical, looks like they were able to steal height away from Jock and his teammate right there. Turtle Tavern, though, going ahead of the rest, now holding height. Symmetrical is going to have to steal that away from him, as well as Turtle Tavern.
Symmetrical, as you mentioned, the highest of any player on the map at the moment. His teammate Tavern looking to finish off the kills, and they are going to use those harpoons perfectly to bring some RPGs to the top. That's going to be helpful here in the final zone.
You love to see it. That's what you want that harpoon gun for, to grab those much needed items. And even though there is only 1 rocket in that RPG, that can still be a make or break situation for them. Holding the height right now. Turtle Tavern with only 1 elimination, but still doing a good job keeping vision on the low ground, taking some shots as well. Only 10 teams remain, 15 players, so that means that a good portion of these teams are solo players.
Constant spam at the top as Icy Fusion was just dropped by Commandment. Another elimination for Commandment and Scented. That is now 3 in game 3. They have the #1 spot coming in, and they are challenging again for a top 5 placement.
Commandment took down Jock, the team that I thought was going to be able to walk away in first place. I don't know if Acorn is still alive. I'm not too certain, but Sinted is now down once again. Commandment, the only team alive, or the only player alive for this team. Nate Hill is right there as well. A ferocious opponent that you don't want to just drop into, but it looks like Commandment is going to be dropping down. We see Paper and Jamper still alive as well. Bank is there too.
Bank is in trouble, but Commandment surviving, and he gets into the box and walks away with another one. That was Nate Hill, who is on fire. Commandment, another top 4 guaranteed.
Commandment only 22 HP alive, getting elimination after elimination. Symmetrical taking down Paper as well. Domsky taking down Paper's teammate Jamper, though. There's only 3 teams that remaining. How Commandment is running solo alive is beyond me. He does go down to Suskrit, and now it is a 2v2 situation. Will the team that holds tight, Symmetrical Internal Tavern, walk away with the victory royale, or will they be forced to drop down into the low ground? Will this be a heal off? We're gonna find out real soon. But look at Domsky and Suskrit, 8 eliminations right now with a 15-point victory royale that can easily shoot them up into our top 4.
They were already on your top 10 list coming in, and they are looking to finish here with the big bonus. It's Domsky, it's Sus, and we are going to see them walk away with the 15-point bonus in your first place in game 3.
That was an incredible in-game right there. Susscript having both players drop down. He said, you know what? I got this easy. I'm going to grab both eliminations, and 10 eliminations total. That's going to be 25 points for this team in game number 3.
Some pretty nutty stuff there, Kelly. We got to run the numbers on all of this, but man, I have to say, like, the storylines right out the gate, craziness. Tim goes to an island, survives, but doesn't make it halfway through the game. Nate Shot and Brook AB, his competitors, out almost instantly. But then also the top dogs, 3 of our top 4 teams, all losing at least 1 player in the opening 2 minutes of that game.
I mean, we also thought the Commandment Incentive was going to go down, but there they are at the end game once again. And although they didn't make it into our top 2, we know that top 3 still makes a bunch of points and placements. And you know, it's Commandment Incentive. They walked away with a few eliminations as well.
Absolutely. The boys from the UK causing problems for our top 4 teams. You saw Mega and Dubs going for some height in the middle of that game, throwing everyone off of their gameplay. Here's a look at some of the highlights, though. This was Ronaldo and Blake, our champions from game 1. They dropped 10